recently saw this quote. Well, I heard this quote in a video a couple days ago where the person was saying that stress about the past is depression and stress about the future is anxiety. And basically, I'm gonna tell you to just focus on the dance. Hey y'all, it's Sia Mora bringing you Moments of Mora, and today I'm here to tell y'all to just focus on the dance. Y'all probably like, what does this girl talk about? Anywho, let me get into it. So basically, to give you a little backstory, in middle school, high school, and college, I used to cheer. And when it came competition time, when I only did competitive cheer when I was in college. And when it came to competition time, our coach would always tell us to just focus on the dance. And y'all probably like, what in the world does this have to do about stressing about the future and the past? Hear me out. If you've ever cheered or ever watched a cheer performance, you know that there's different parts of the routine. So there's going to be a part where we're dancing. There's going to be a part where people are tumbling and flipping and doing all the creative twists and flips with the body movement, all that good stuff. And then there's going to be a part where we're stunting and we're throwing people up in the air. We're holding them up in the air. They up there like this. They all pretty and they doing their thing. So basically, there were a lot of times where when I was cheering, there would be a lot of times in cheering where there would be a pyramid. And obviously, the better your pyramid looks and the type of skills that you show in the pyramids give you a higher score when it comes to your performance. So there would be times where we would know that we have this pyramid coming and we're probably like really worried about it, and we would be doing our dance and our coach would basically tell us that our dance looks sloppy. She's like, look, she said, just focus on the dance. And the reason that she would tell us this is because she wanted us to focus on what was happening in that moment, because with us being so worried about what was coming up, it was causing our dance to look sloppy. It's like if she just told us to go do the dance looked perfect. Chef's kiss, finger taps, all that good stuff, no issues. But whenever we would have to do a full out, which is basically doing like the whole routine, we would look bad when it came to the dance because we knew that pyramid was coming up and all we could think about was our pyramid. So instead of our arms being sharp like they needed to, they over there like this, they over there like this, they over there like this. Like, it just wasn't giving what it was supposed to give. So she would literally tell us, just focus on the dance. Or if there's a situation during the routine where, say, we ended with the dance and we had already did the pyramid, but we didn't do that good in it, she would tell us to just focus on the dance, because it's like you're worrying about something that's already happened and it's causing you to mess up in what's happening. And it's like, look, even if you did mess up on that part, you got to hit these sharp moves so that the rest of the score can be good because you killed the dance. Even if you do bad in this pyramid that you're about to do, you still got to hit them sharp moves and do good in this dance, because that's what's going to bring you more points. Basically, I say all that to say this. Y'all have to stop, and I'm going to include myself. We as people have to stop stressing about things that have happened and things that may happen and focus on the now. Because I feel like when people are too focused on what has happened or what is about to happen, it causes them to mess up whatever's going on in that moment. And we're going to talk about it some more. So let's talk about focusing on the past. If you're too busy focusing on the past, you're talking about like, oh, things that you've done that you probably shouldn't have done, things that are happening to you that you fully haven't healed from, and you're still traumatized by the fact, that's going to cause you to depression. And you have to think about the sense of that you're constantly replaying in your mind something that has already happened and something that you probably can't do anything about. And as sad as that is to say, depending on the situation, we cannot let stuff take us down. Like, life literally goes on. Whenever that happened, if you're still living, there was the next day after it, and the day after that, and the day after that, and the day after that. So it's just like you need to focus on your now and focus on your dance, as my cheer coach would say, because you can't change the past. And I feel like that's important to know, because the only thing you can really do is learn from it. Like, say for instance, let's say I did something that was just very rude to a person. Like, it was wrong. Like, I thought about it. I'm like, okay, yeah, I can acknowledge that was wrong, but I cannot let that ruin the rest of my day, month, life, whatever the case may be. I feel like y'all people, and me as well, I feel like us as people, we tend to carry on to things for so long to the point where it eats us up inside. And they're like, it's just like, why are you doing that to yourself? Life literally goes on. It's also like, I feel like I'm the always type of person where something happens, I'm just like, okay, where's the silver lining? I used to watch Stuart Little a lot, okay? So if you watched Stuart Little before, you would know that they always talked about a silver lining and basically what's good to come out of whatever is going on. So it's like you literally have to look at whatever happened and figure out your silver lining and figure out what it is that you're supposed to learn from the situation. Now, I want you to also know that you have to find your healthy balance between reflection and depression, because reflecting on the situation, I feel like I talk with my hands so much, but oh well. Reflecting on the situation could just be you thinking about the situation, you replanning in your head, you figuring out what happened, how you got to that point, and then just being like, okay, cool, like I understand why this happened, and here's how I want to grow from it. That's reflection. But when you're depressed in the sense of like you can't stop thinking about what happened, I feel like that takes you out of reality, because you're worrying about something that happened years, months, weeks, days down the line, that happened like forever ago basically, and you're messing up in your current thing. Like when you're so in the past, you're not in the present, so you're making decisions with your mind somewhere else, and that's not good. Even when it comes to the future, you do not want to be so stressed out about the future to the point where it makes you anxious, to where you can't fully put your attention to whatever is going on now because you're so worried about something that hasn't even happened. Either way, your mind is either here or it's there, but it's not where you're at. You need to have your mind aligned with the now, because it's like we cannot control the past or the future. The things that are happen, and the things that are going to happen are going to happen. So it's just like focus on where you are now, because that is the only thing that matters at that point. Like you cannot worry too much about something that you no longer have control over, because it will literally eat you up if you're currently wondering about what may happen. How can I do this? What can I do? What's gonna happen if this happens? We don't know. Like nobody is fortune tellers. I don't care if y'all be going to them women who flip the cards, they got a little person on it and they tell you this is happening for this reason. Nobody can 100% tell you what's gonna happen in the future. So it's just like focus on your now, because your stressing is causing you to mess up whatever's going on. Like you stressing about the future is messing up what's going on now. So then you're messing up now. When you get to another place in your life, you're still thinking about that mess up from a while ago. And it's just like, why? Like that is so uncalled for, y'all. Y'all need to learn how to focus on the dance, because like I said, when we used to be in our cheer routine, our dance did not look good if we were so worried about the pyramid that just fell. Yes, that pyramid fell, but it's like, look, that pyramid was not the end of this routine, so we got to do the rest of this good so that we can still get a good score at the end of the performance. Even if the pyramid is at the end and you're stressed about something that's about to happen in the future, your moves looking bad in that moment will lower your score because you're so worried about something that hasn't even happened. And for the longest, it's funny because it's crazy how the things that you learn in a sport, in school, or at work can really play into your everyday life. Because I would have never thought that something that my cheer coach told me would kind of like play into life. Like I didn't think it mattered off the mat, in the sense of like, hey, if you're too focused on this pyramid right now, your dance is going to look bad. But it's like these are things that you can really apply to your everyday life, because if you're too focused on what's coming up, you can't be fully present in the moment. You can't fully enjoy whatever this moment is. You can't fully be able to make a decision in this moment because your mind is too flustered with all the things that haven't happened yet. Take this as a sign to live in reality and just be happy for where you are. And even if you're not happy where you are, there's nothing wrong with thinking about things, but you shouldn't be thinking about things to the point where it's consuming you and to where it's messing with where you're at in the moment. And I feel like I really am yapping, but this is just how I feel like. I feel like I'm so passionate about this topic because I have once been that person who like pondered on the past. Like I thought about the past so much to the point where it's just like, dang. But it's like I had to remind myself that I'm thinking about something that has already happened, thinking about something that I no longer have control over. And all I can do is look at it, reflect it, think about what my input was to the situation, and going about my day. Even when it comes to worrying about things in the future, it's like we don't even know that if what we're worrying about now will still exist when the time comes for us to worry about it. Like you could be stressed about how you're gonna eat your next meal because you really don't have that much money and you scared, you don't know how you're gonna eat. Whole time the person in front of you paid for it because somebody paid for their food. It's just one of those things where it's like, y'all, just be in the present, I guess is what I'm getting at. Like be in the present, focus on the dance, know that at the end of the day, right now is going to be what matters most, because your right now makes the difference in whether or not you actually make it to that next point. So it's just like, don't stress about the past, don't stress about the future, don't stress about the past. just live in the now. That don't mean you make bad decisions. Just say F it, I'm gonna forget about it in 3 months. But it just means that if something happened 3 months ago and you're still living and you still have breath in your body and you still have opportunity to change it around, don't focus too much on what happened, unless you're reflecting on it and trying to figure out what you can do differently in the next few weeks, days, months, years. When it comes to future stuff, don't stress about it, because like I said, what you're stressing about now might not even be a situation in the future, but you don't know because you haven't got there. Only focus on what you can control. At the end of the day, only focus on what you control, because if you're sitting here worried about what has happened and what might happen instead of what is happening right now, you're gonna find yourself lost in the sauce. You're gonna have a lot of things going on. It's just not good for you. So anywho, that's all I got for now. Y'all have a good one. I'm about to eat my ice cream. Have a good rest of y'all day. I'll talk to y'all in the next one. Bye bye.